Hello guys, welcome back to Reaping the Dungeon, aka Dungeon Rogue. Cursor in place, let's hit enter. Remember to put your max cycles, remember to put your DOS box to max cycles for this game. I forgot the first time I tried to record this a second ago and it was painful waiting for it to load, to start a new game before I could load the game. We don't want to walk around here, we want to press F1. F1, load, F2. There we are, okay. What did I write down here? I wrote down the fact that the drop shaft is at 160 and 70, so we want to head to the right as quickly as possible. I spent my morning implementing the into Caverns 2 the idea that if you fall in a pit, it can be tricky to get back out again. I just finished compiling him probably a minute ago. So I haven't actually tested that in game yet to see A, if it works, and B, what kinds of problems it causes. There's always game balance issues when you do things like that. Shit, how we get into the right? We have to go back and then over. Either we have to go down here and go to the right, or we have to go up here and go to the right. I think up here is more likely to yield results. So that's what we're going to try to do. Although we will likely fail to get there in time, but we'll try. Yeah, I mean, on the surface, that's a pretty casual thing, saying, okay, well, you're going to implement this new code, and the code itself wasn't terribly hard to implement. But you run into several things. The first one is, game balance issues. Is it going to be is it going to screw things up at all? Introducing that undetected by small floor mine. Oh, okay. So, another new feature of the game, a new booby trap. As you can see, detection rating 20%. I had a 20% chance when I stepped on that of setting it off, blowing up and taking damage. Thankfully, we didn't. Nice to see more features in the game. Always nice to see more features in the game. But yeah, is introducing that new feature going to mess up game balance? The fact that you can get trapped in pits for a while, is that going to screw things up? I don't think it will. On the surface alone, son of a bitch. Well, we're not getting out this way. Let's see if we go boom. No, good. So we do have to go all the way back down and hope that we can get. Or we can go up to the right. Let's try up to the right. And in fact, the monsters can fall in the pits now and get stuck in there for a bit. Is that going to cause problems? But then you come to the secondary problem, which is not just that, if you fall in a pit, you can't necessarily get out. If you think of it in real life terms, A, it makes sense. If you fall in a pit, that would be part of the pit's purpose, right? That's why they build tiger pits, for instance. It's not to kill the tiger, it's to trap it. So there is a logical component to why you might have difficulty getting out of a pit. But you also think about the fact that if you did fall in a pit and you tried to climb out, you might not hurt yourself. Again, you might just be unable to climb out. So that's the goal we're going for in this implementation in Caverns, is that if you fall in a pit, you might have trouble getting out. It's based on your dexterity score and how deep the pit is. But if you fail, you're not going to fall again and take more damage. Because if you did, then pits would just become so goddamn deadly. It'd be like, well, the game is now unplayable, And we don't want that. So the general hope is that you won't keep taking damage if you fall back in a pit. But then you run into logic issues like, okay, sure, if you fall in a pit and you try and climb out and you don't make it, you might not fall back in. But what about if you fall in a pit filled with lava and you're trying to climb out? Well, the longer you stay in there, you should be burning. Or a pit filled with fire. Or a pit filled with snakes. The longer you stay in there, they should still be biting you. So I'm hoping, again, I haven't tested it yet. I don't remember how all of my code fits together, because there already are certain catches in there to make sure you don't double up on pit effects, and I don't know if those will automatically kick in and apply. So I am hoping that it'll work and you won't keep taking damage. And I guess the conceit will be that if you fall into a pit filled with snakes and you're trying to climb out, then you've basically grabbed hold of the wall and you've hauled yourself up just out of their reach and you're just trying to climb. You won't keep taking damage. So I'll have to see, did that take effect properly? And does it work for monsters properly? And blah, blah, blah. Oh, son of a bitch. We'll get our ass kicked if we don't get to some sort of safety. Glad we got that health, man. Or this will be a shorter game than it might otherwise be. We're going to maybe buy some more health. I don't know. Unless we get all the monsters, and we'll take the health benefit again, probably. We're trying to get to what? 160/70. I don't want to go this way. Let's try this. We're almost there, man. If we can just find a way south over here. I'm going to concentrate for a minute because I don't want to lose track of what we're doing here. Shoot. There is, of course, a time limit if this thing suddenly transports. Son of a bitch. That scared me. Beeping in my ears scared me. 160, if we can just get south here. Come on, turn south. Turn south, damn it. Come on, I feel good about this. Let's scan this thing so we know. 21 turns. Alright, let's try and get this thing first. 160, so it's just to our south. Either back in that room or right here, maybe. Fuck. Did I just hear that noise? Was that noise the thing teleporting? I don't know if there's a way to review my messages. It might have just teleported. That little beeping sound. 160 by 70. No, it's here. Okay, we did it. Grab this stuff up because we're here. Oh my god, there's a lot of treasure here. Then get back to that... Oh shit, plant. Yeah, we might have to go buy some health. Okay, that helped a little bit. The other sudden anxiety I had when I started implementing those, the ability to stay trapped in pits after you've fallen in. One of the, I can't say corners I've painted myself into, but one of the problems that, is it even a problem? I don't know. One of the circumstances that exists in Caverns 2 is I tried to make the UI as complete as possible, i.e. if you point your cursor at anything at all, no matter what it is, anything, you get all the information there is to know about that thing by pointing your cursor at it. But I'm not, I'm an actor. I'm not a freaking coder. I've never taken a single programming course. I just know what I know from trial and error through, oh fuck. Speaking of unable to get out of pits, through many years of effort. And what that means is, and this as applies to this particular circumstance I'm trying to explain, is that even though the game is made for Windows, I don't take advantage of Windows concepts. It's not like if you hover your mouse, a new information window pops up. It's just allocated screen space that is permanently available for giving details on anything you point at. And all information about anything you point at has to be able to fit in that little box. And there's only so small I can make the text before we have major problems in that regard. Let's find out how many more creatures we have and write that down. 4. Mon 4. So suddenly adding in more information, it already had all the information about the pit. When you point it up at an open pit, it has to tell you, here's the rules of how pits work. It looks at your strength to see how... Here's the exact calculation it does based on your strength to find out if you can jump across. If you fail, you're going to fall in and take so much damage. And then it has to allocate space at the bottom to actually do the calculations for you in the sense that, like a wide pit, you have a chance equal to your strength divided by 3, a percent chance equal to your strength divided by 3, or you have or 90% chance, whichever is, better or worse rather. It has to be able to explain that that's the actual rule to you, and then at the bottom it also has to have space to say, here's the actual calculation done for you, so you don't have to sit there and get out a calculator and be like, my strength divided by 3 is 86, and therefore... son of a bitch! I just jumped into that pit. I definitely need to buy health when I get a chance, or I may not survive the next combat. Let's take a look at our map here, and find out in terms of... There's the teleporter. That yellow's a pit. Those yellow dots are pits. So we don't want to go along this corridor. We want to go to the corridor to the south. if I take the teleporter, we don't know where it'll go, but maybe it'll get us back closer to the store. I think we better get to the store and get some damn health because we are we're just too close to death to dick around with that. Can I improve anything? Yeah, we got lots of raw crystals. I mean, I could improve my defense, I guess, a bit, but is it literally like 1%? I don't know if I want that. Of course, it might help later on when monsters get more powerful. Or do you buy like 10% when you buy something there? Out of curiosity, if I buy Claw, let's just say I did. Yeah, I'm improved by 1%. That's not going to help me right now against these creatures. It might against later creatures. Even if it, I don't, like, a Tripus does like 3 attacks. Sometimes it does as much as, say, 25 damage with 3 different attacks. Even if it added up all 3 attacks and then takes 1% off that, it would be 2.5 damage I'd save from an attack. If it did that much damage. And I don't think it does. I think it takes off each one. So like 0.8. Might be 1. Might save you 1 damage on each attack. I'm not going to do that right now. Okay. Where are we on the map? Well, we're closer, I guess. Let's head to the northwest. We're likely to encounter monsters on the way, and I don't want to die. Yeah, so I have to make sure that the new information... Oh, son of a gun. We need health, and we need it now. I need to make sure the new information fits in that box still, along with the old information. Okay, after this battle we are going... Well, I guess we already are going, but... Are we heading in the right direction? I don't think we are. Let's head to the east. I guess we'll go this way, so we're at least exploring new territory, but we should be a little careful about that. Oh, we just killed 3 monsters, didn't we? There's only 1 left out there. I don't care about that right now, though. If I meet that 1 monster, I'm probably dead. If it's a bone crusher, I'm almost certainly dead. If it's a Tripus, I might be dead. I can always teleport away. If I meet another monster, we're going to... If we use our Moria lingo, we're going to PBB away. We're going to use our Mushroom of Teleporting. PBB being the three-letter code I had to type in to cast my blink spell, or whatever the hell it's called, for my paladin. Oh, son of a... I can't even get out of this freaking way. Alright, I mean, of course, I could wander over here, and maybe it'll hook back up here. But A, the other monster might be in here. I mean, it might not. It might be up here. I mean, we have to explore over here eventually. The only fear is the monster here. And to be perfectly honest, there's more real estate up here. Just pure statistically, it's more likely up here than down here. If it is down here, it might not kill us. We can always teleport away. Let's go to the left, the west, and hope we can find a corridor that doubles back up over to here. But we'll see. And to that end, we know there's only 1 of those guys left. Let's see where the... Well, let's see how much treasure is left. There's no other thing to do. We've got most of it. Not a lot left out here. Oh, hello. Hello. Don't want to even cross that. It's cost us health, which we can't afford. For oxygen, which we can't afford. Okay, I think this is going to be a dead end overall. How you doing? How you doing? Oh. 198 turns, so we're going to have to stick around a little bit. Get more treasure yet. I mean, mercifully, our oxygen has depleted enough that we can pick up stuff again. Alright. Well, we're not coming back this way. So we have to... I think we just had to wait it out. This is an isolated area. Accessible only via transporter. Let's just find it. And press spacebar. Until it turns. Alright, energy. I can accept that. It is, does it matter which way I go here? No. It's fine. How are you doing? How you doing? 241. God damn it. If we go back, can we explore around that thing? Let's go back. Let's explore a little bit up here, and then we'll come back. I keep forgetting to see what it's going to drop. Like, if that's going to drop health, we really need it. If it's going to drop oxygen, it's not as important, but we should still grab it. Like good honest folk. I don't want to go too far here. Maybe explore this room. Oh, hey. Bearing in mind we may bump into a goddamn monster while we're doing this. And really hate our lives. Let's you know what are we doing? Let's improve. Let's improve either our oxygen. No, we can't do that yet. Visual mapping. Let's do visual mapping to the east by 1. So now we should be able to see 2 to the east each time we move. Oh, yeah, you can see the walls filling in better that way. Alright, that's enough. That's enough. Let's go back. Probably not enough. We probably have a lot more to go, but in terms of waiting, but at least we did some exploration there. And we still got to refine this thing. Oh, there it is. Still got to find it, man. Should go back and check that other plant that was about to turn too. Come on. I'm not going to go check the other plant. Screw the other plant. I don't remember where exactly it was. There's one more plant out there that was at stage 2 when we last saw it. I'm sure it's a stage 3 by now, but what that entails, I don't even know. Like how long or what it's going to turn into or blah, blah, blah. So there's no point in worrying about that just yet. What am I doing? Oh, hello, money. I don't think there's a reward for finding all the treasure on a map. Though there is for killing all creatures. Which would make sense. I guess it's sort of like a bounty you're paid by the people who sent you down here to get the job done. Lots of teleporting mushrooms. We can definitely use that if we run into trouble. If a monster shows up, we will get the hell out of Dodge. Meantime, we are trying our best to get back towards home. I say that, and yet I'm moving away from home. Son of a bitch. Oh, there it is. Can I kill it? If I kill it before it kills me, if I hadn't bumped into it, I might have been able to. Let's just try anyway. We'll teleport away if it looks like we're really in trouble. Alright, we're out of here. Eat. A teleporting mushroom. I guess we could use a speed boost too. Oh, hey, we got almost back to home. Right where we wanted to get, actually. That was a perfect mushroom. That's where the last monster is. We want to get back there as soon as possible. I'm assuming we can get healthier. Yeah, we can. Costs more than normal. This is going to suck. Let's sell off our stuff. I assume health cells also weigh money, which sucks. Do we want to do this? I mean, we have to, don't we? If we don't, we're surely dead. We could use a speed mushroom, but if we screwed that up at all, we have to buy some health. This is a have-to situation. Oh, we're getting 10 per. I thought it was 1 per. That's interesting. Oh, maybe it's taking off 59 per. I see how it works. I get it. I get you, sir. Okay, that's good enough. Let's get out of here. Let's figure out where the hell we were. We had gone through the teleporter. We'd gone up. We were probably up and around here, I think. Probably up and around here. There's not going to be a lot of treasure left. I'm going to keep my mouse just there-ish, so when I go into the map again, I can see roughly where I think I got to go. mean, the general rule is always go and kill this last dude before you leave the level. Everybody I've talked to about the game, I haven't talked to anybody, but everybody I've seen post about the game has said that. And I get it. There's a hell of a nice reward. But at the same time, we were around here somewhere, weren't we? I remember we were like, son of a bitch, we stepped on this. No, maybe we were up here. I don't want to waste a freaking scanner thing when he should be around. He'll be around. There he is. I thought that was it. I guess we have one more to go. If we see another data chip, let's find out. Did I miscalculate? I thought for sure that was it. Son of a gun. And our health is still at a point where a bone crusher could easily kill us. I was hoping that we'd get the benefit and we'd take health. Apparently that's not going to happen right now. Alright, maybe we use... We're going to waste a ton of oxygen walking around here. There's not much treasure left out here. We've probably found either all of it or damn close to all of it. Then again, it probably is... let's do it. Let's just use a damn map. Show me the monsters. So it's either inaccessible, or maybe we can get there via here. Let's hope. So let's head to the west. Let's head well to the west. I'll go via unexplored paths where I can, but I'm not going to explore extra regions. I get the appeal of, well, frick, the completionist in me really wants to map everything. When I can't do that, I get very frustrated. But this is not a game where you really want to map everything. That's a recipe for loss, for sure. Because you're just killing oxygen the whole time you're looking. So down and to the left, and then into that big room, and then out the south of it. Over the damn oxygen vent, darn it. Please get me where I want to go. That's it, guys. A, I moved a bit too fast. And B, I wouldn't have expected that mine could cause so much damage. That really took me by surprise. There was a mine there. I assume I stepped on it. We didn't get a message that told us we did. There's no sound effect to say we did, but I did see a red dot just before I pressed the button, and now we're dead. All right, guys, that was Reaping the Dungeon. I was getting kind of into that. I was kind of hoping for a longer set. Maybe not another 160 video run like frickin' Moria, but if we could have got 30 or 40 out of it, that might have been fun. All right, well, you've seen the gist of it. Yeah, it's a very cool game. You do need DOSBox to run it. Again, you'll have to Google DOSBox, look on YouTube for how to run DOSBox if you aren't familiar with it. It's really not that hard, I promise you. It's a very simple thing. Remember to set your max cycles by typing in cycles equals max, cycles space equals space max when you before you run the game from your DOS prompt. To make the game run as best as it can, it'll run without it. It's just you're better off that way. And yeah, remember when you follow the link to Mr. Ron Heuse or Mr. Ron Heuse, you do have to, if you want the full game, you're going to have to find a way to post a link to that link that I've provided. And in order to convince him to give you the full game, I don't say convince as in he takes a lot of convincing. I mean, he was very generous with me and gave it to me with the promise that I would put it up with these YouTube videos. But that's just the basic policy. If you just want the first 15 levels, you can find those absolutely free of charge with no problem. Just search around the net in there. It's everywhere. All right, guys, we're going to press no and see what happens here. Oh, we're going to click into our game and press no. And there we go. We're back to the DOS prompt. And I'm not going to press exit. If I exit, well, the DOS prompt will disappear. All right, that's it, guys. I'm off to do multiple things. I've got an audition tonight for a TV show that I'm kind of psyched about. Had an audition yesterday for a TV show that I was kind of psyched about. Had an audition last week for a TV show I was kind of psyched about. So cross your fingers that any of them pan out. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.